eye level. If you can get your children and your animals eye level, you'll have a much better image. I'm surprised this is in focus because I grabbed my bag for this picture. So I'm in, I don't know what country I'm in, probably, I don't know, Italy maybe, whatever. Maybe, no, maybe Greece, I don't know. I'm in a group of like 20 doing a little walking tour, and I'm trying to stay ahead, but you know, you're taking pictures and, okay, so they leave now and get some, oh good, and then I have to look ahead. Oh my God, there's a little kid, perfect. So I'm hauling to get ahead of the group, and I quickly get down and get a picture of her. And then I've got 20 Americans all throwing money. This little kid, I'm sure by the time she's 12, will be a millionaire. I mean, she's got more, I don't even know if she knows what the greenback, well, I'm sure she does actually. She got more than that money, they, fill that cup. So I'm driving by that other place in Maui where the surfers were, the crocs and stuff. I'm taking this from my window. And it's I just love the picture. I just like, my camera's already ready. If I'm with my camera, which is 99% of the time, it's ready to go. Because I got cars behind me. And so it's ready. It's either on my lap or my chair next to me if my wife is not there. And I can roll the windows up, snap my picture, and I got it. Once again, it goes with the rule of thirds on the horizon part, but it's centered, but he is kind of, the head is kind of this side, but it works for me. I've got space for the surfboard, and I don't know, just a fun picture. Okay. King of the mountain. Frankly, I love this little throwing out. I bet we didn't have cross on it. Looks like crosshairs on a gun or something. But if you can get eye level to your animal or below, it makes them look, it's a totally different perspective. So many times you're taking pictures of your kids. You're 6 foot tall, and the kid's this tall, and if the angle is off, it doesn't look good. So if you can get down their angle or lower, it really gives a different perspective. And he's not scared of me. He knows I'm there. He doesn't care, and get a nice effect. One of my puppies at home, eye level. I'm down on my knees. He's on the couch. Bad dog. I'm walking around Mykonos. There's a lot of cats in this one little alley, and they're at eye level. That's part of what I like. Tails are shining down, bougainvillea there. Makes a nice image. Mountain goats. If you're in Glacier Park, you got to take pictures of the animals, bighorn sheep, mountain goats. And if you can get them where they look like, looking off in the horizon, you really got something special. And I think I'll take the tip. Okay. So, some of you may not like it. Well, particularly women won't care for this. But these animals, particularly mountain goats, crave minerals. And if you ever go to Glacier Park, on the south border, there is a giant mineral lake. And it goes straight down into the middle fork of the Flathead River. And they even had built a few years ago a big viewing platform. You can come in there and view and all that. If you go and you want to take pictures, so you can walk behind it and get back in there. There'll be goats everywhere, all over that place. And you'll find the goats and their babies on the cliff. It's amazing. But if you're someplace like this is up by Logan Pass at the top of going to the Sun Mountain. And a lot of times, I want the animals to be there, not here. Well, how do you get them over there? Animals, these are wild animals. They don't know me like some of the others do. So what you do, guys, when no one's looking, is you urinate on that spot. So obviously you don't want to have the cops on you for lewd displays or whatever it is, so you got to be very careful. They crave the mineral. In fact, on Hurricane Ridge, the guy was gored a year or two ago. And so why is that goat around the campsite? Because when you camp for the night, you go to the bathroom around the campsite, right? The goats come in to lick the soil because of the mineral. So, in fact, it's killed me one time. So, there's no animals around. Okay, well, I tried. I've been waiting, they're not around. So, I go up and just in case there's somebody around, I urinate into the tree, little tree there, so no one can see me. But there's no one around. I'm not even zipped up, and I hear a stampede coming. Holy, I get back, and I got him. They come up to the tree. There's like 3 goats come running up to that tree and licking the pine needles and stuff. So, and the interesting thing is, so next trip I go, I take some salt block. Because I use salt blocks at times for deer and all that kind of stuff to get pictures. But I thought this will be great. I don't have to risk getting in jail here for indecent exposure. I'll have some salt. It's like little pieces. They don't like it. It's too concentrated or something. So I did not have to go for the salt lick, just so you know. So don't try that. Okay, if you're gonna do animal shots, try to get down on it, try to get some interaction going. Tells the story. There's a little kid on top of dad. So I'm in Mexico, and this, you can't tell us so much, but this is dark shade, and it's siesta time. It's the middle of the day. And that's why it's so even colored, because it's in solid shade. He's taking a siesta. And the spots look like the paint. So now we're in France, and I really wanted this picture. Really looked good when the lights were down. But at any rate, I love the puffy clouds. Anytime there's puffy clouds, man, I'm working. I'm trying to get my stuff. And the trouble is, I'm with a group of, I don't know, 25 people, and the guides. How do you get a picture? Well, you stand there and wait. So after every single person will affect the door, it looks like it's still open. Maybe someone just, I don't think I see anybody there. No. So they just stepped in. Okay, now I quickly take my shots because I didn't want a bunch of people, tourists standing around. So you gotta be patient. So I missed 5 minutes of the talk about how they cook in Florence, and I don't care. I got my picture, that's all I care about. Okay, so once again, if I can find people doing something interesting, I'm going to work on it. And so we're going to dinner at Ruth Chris before we end up going to whatever the show is in Lahaina. And here's these guys out playing chess. And a couple things were neat. Number one, it was a neat setting. Number two, they're not moving. So I got all kinds of time to take the picture. The bad thing is, I have no tripod. So I do what's next. There's a signpost there. So I go up on the signpost and I'm leaning against that to get my shots. Always use something to help you steady the shot when you can. Foreground is important if you can do it. Always try to have some foreground in your picture. It really helps add some interest and dimension to your picture. Field of flowers is nice, but if I can get a subject matter in there, painting them, actually painting is fantastic. I love the painting. That really adds more interest. It tells a story. It makes it more worthwhile. So we went to Lyon. We're going to float down the river to Nice. But you know about Nice. Thank God it was 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, not now. But at any rate, so I found this little side canal on the river. Walk around. I love looking for pictures. And so here's a spot where I have nice foreground and the flowers, some color. I got the boat, nice calm water, the bridge, puffy clouds. What could be better? Went down to see my son in Phoenix, and a little tip, if you're looking for places to get pictures, always check the tourist guides. Go to the rental car places and get those books. I get every rental car book that they have that shows me where I should go. And I look for things that are a potential subject matter. And they mentioned this little place, so I go there and there's this great little pond. God, it's great, I'm taking pictures. And by the way, this is like noon, the worst time of the day to take pictures. High noon, terrible time of the day. And I'm taking the flight in 2 hours, I don't have a choice. So I'm taking my shot, and I walk around this little pond, it's great. So I start to drive off, I'll just see it's another pond. My God, so I'm already sweating like mad by now. I felt sorry for the people sitting next to me in the airplane because I found a third pond. And actually, this is the third pond. I like this the best. What I'm trying to do here, calm water. I want to show everything in focus. So I have f-stop of 16 to 20. I have leading lines coming in. I have stoppers on the side. I have some action in the sky. A nice triangle of the foreground. All the things you're looking at when you're taking your pictures. Same thing. I had to run like mad to get this picture. Why? Because I'm with a group of like 20 people. And the monk's showing us his monastery. Well, I don't want 5 tourists in here. So you gotta maneuver sometimes, be aggressive, be willing to get in the front of the line. I like the repetitiveness of the arches. He's looking into the area, helps add to the picture. Lots of color in the Caribbeans, and I'm always looking for a picture within a picture. Don't just get the building. Get a doorway, get a window. Look for other things to take a picture of. There's more interest in this image than the whole building, I can assure you. I've got leading lines, I've got repetition of the steps, I've got color of the door. Same thing here. A picture within a picture. What's this from? Anybody know? Sugar factory in Maui. And that thing is just pumping out steam like on. Well, I didn't have a lot of time to spend at the sugar factory, but you know, with a telephoto lens, I thought that was kind of different. I mean, like, that's kind of cool. What is it? Well, and it's telling a little story. You don't know what the story is, but there's something of interest. What's going on here? Well, it's a smokestack of the sugar factory. Great little place down in Cabo. I love this little place. I need to go back just to take more pictures of this place. But the buildings are neat, but have all kinds of little individual places. Same thing. This is one of the most famous places in the world, Santorini. God, the blue domes everywhere and the white buildings, it's great. Everybody's seen those. You seen this one? No? Because I'm looking for a picture within a picture. And I kind of like it, frankly. And got a little color, got some shade, it's very plain, very simple. I think someone probably did this for photographers. I mean, why else would you have one chair sitting at a little table? I don't know. I thank the guy. If he was there, I would have given him a hug. Picture within a picture. It's the same place as the other one a minute ago. I'm in Greece, and I'm walking around, and there's a picture within a picture. And I've got the trees and the planter, there's a lot of character. I've got leading lines. I've got some color. This is the kind of thing I love, taking this kind of picture. Same thing here, back down to Cabo. This is outside the lobby of a hotel when you drive up. I drove up to this place because I'm out looking for pictures. Holy cow, I ended up going back like 3 different times. I loved it. I mean, this is the same place. And I came back, I'm on vacation. I wake up before sunrise. This is, and once again, the color is a little distorted here. This is even better with regular lighting. But this is right after the sun's come up, so it's nice, warm lighting, and it's yellow to boot. I love that kind of stuff. Okay, action shots. Rather than the guy standing there with a surfboard, let's get some action going. And if he's highlighted, got nice wave action behind him. I've got more space in front of the surfer than behind. I've got space around him, so it's centered on him. I've got a high ISO on this. Although it's a nice sunny day, but it's still a higher ISO. I have a lower f-stop setting. I don't need a 22. I'm not getting a whole lot of things in focus, so I may have an f-stop of 5, 6. It wouldn't make any difference. Or an 8, it doesn't make any difference. And then I have more light in, so it's a faster shot to get stop action. So you're sitting in the little bull ring. I want to get this shot. Now, most people they got a picture of the bull coming out, and someone said, I think I'm probably the only guy that took pictures of the action, and I'm sure the only guy that got it, because I know how to work my camera. My ISO was 1250 on this, so up my ISO on a sunny day, so I could stop action, so it's not a blurry mess. And this tells a neat story. More surfing. Love it when they do their boogie board down on the beach. Ducks flying, you gotta be faster, you gotta have a higher ISO. Anywhere from 800 to 1,000 ISO. Get that stop speed. This is Secret Beach on Maui, one of my favorite little beaches. No wedding day. They'll have anywhere between 2 and 10 weddings a day in this little beach, a little private place. Stop action, in this case on the waves, I did not want it to flow, I wanted stop action. I'm out fishing with salmon. We got a limit of salmon, plus we let go a bunch go. On the way back, and we see something weird in the back by shore. What is that? And it's something weird. And all we could see was the white fin. And we get closer, holy cow, humpback jumping. So I have my camera. I don't care if I'm out 12 miles in the ocean, I got my camera, because you never know. And this is the result. So I got my camera with me, make my brother drive the boat, and you can't appreciate how choppy this water is. I mean, this boat's going like this, I don't care. I got to brace as best I can, I'm doing like this, and I'm trying to go with it, and high action, move my ISO up again to get stop action, so that I can get it without being a blurry shot. More surface, I love it. Okay, it looks better when he's running across the water if he's just sitting there. I've got a little action going. So in the spring when these things are doing their mating rituals and stuff, sit there with your camera and wait for them. And they're amazing all the funny things they'll do for you. Okay, I'm back in Maui. This is a wino sitting at a picnic table talking to his friend, and I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, it's pretty obvious I got a camera and I'm in front of him and I want